Looks quite nice really, because it's a bit of old bed. Yeah, I mean, everybody's got their own preferences, but I don't think you have to be too fussy about what wood you choose really. Just do your own bit of homework. If the hardwood, if it's a wood that's prone to shake or split or warp, then stay clear of it. You know, just choose the good solid woods. But as far as I'm aware, this piece of wood's been underneath the bed for a long time, and it's got no damage to it, so I'm just taking it for granted that it's good wood, really. If it had been bad wood, it would have, as it was drying underneath the bed, it would have, you know, would have let the side down then. So I'm going to continue with this now, and just work it in, and see. As you notice, I haven't drilled holes yet, and there's a very good reason for that. The very good reason is I haven't got the tuning pegs yet. I've got to wait for them, so unfortunately I'm going to have to come back to them. And you see, I'm getting there with this now. As you say, I'll put some on the neck. It's basically just a first coat, you know. Just a bit of a first coat, and now I'm on to the second coat now, basically. What I'm going to do, keep saying that word, is I've just put some more on my sponge. Now I've got now it's deep into the wood, I can start applying another coat then. Now, there's loads of techniques of doing the French polish, and a lot of people like to do the figure of eights, and apparently that's a special way of doing it. But me personally, I've never really developed a knack, so what I tend to do is just keep rubbing it hard and going with the grain. Keep working it in. Like I say, now and again I just do a bit of a circle, just take the edges off if I start feeling it's getting too thick in one area. But the good thing about this method is it's excellent for filling grain. So you end up with a beautiful, nice sheen at the end of it. And as a lot of people would say, there's nothing quite a bit like French polish for bringing out the natural colour and beauty of the wood. Right, as you can see, my favourite tool for this job is I've got one of these files, except on this side it's got a flat side. But anything really to push a fret in will do really, as long as you don't get bashing it and denting the fret. And as you can see, I've cut a fret roughly to size. Then what I'm going to do, just taking my thumb that side, I'm going to press them in. Make sure, and if you look, I don't know whether you can see that, if you look down there, make sure that you can see no gaps. Look down the back, make sure you can see no gaps. And that's one fret in. So it's a case of just make sure you leave a little bit of hangover, overhang, because you'll be thankful for that later. Just in case nip it off, and then with a trusty flat part, just push it in. Again, make sure you got no flats. As you can see, what I'm doing, I'm looking down it that way. Can you see? Look down it that way. Can you see? That's better. If you look down it that way, you can see no flats. If you look down it that way, you can see no gaps, not flats. Are you with me? Like I say, don't worry about these too much, the overhangs. You can nick them off and file them out later, so that's not a problem. So I'll carry on with this. Right, here we are. Took no time at all. What I'm going to do now is just get your nippers. And trim off the overhang.
Well, that's probably quite suitable for Michael Jackson. Now, no trophies won in the Premier League yesterday or today, which means the highlights of the most important game in English football this weekend coming up after match of the day.
Run a file down the edge. Use a gentle file if you can. Don't worry about scuffing the wood. Right. Another thing to remember while you're doing this is, if you do get a loose thread, it's nothing to worry about, nothing to panic about. What you do, just get a little bit of super glue. Just put a couple of drops of super glue down. And shouldn't do no damage to the fretboard or anything like that. All it's doing is just when it goes hard, it bridges the gap which holds the fretting firmly. So if you do get that, it's no problem. Don't get panicking about it. And just in back in place and repeat the process. Like I say, try not to put too much super glue on because it'll just ruin your fretboard. I mean, there's no, you're not breaking any Luther's law or anything like that with the drop of super glue. The best do it, especially with what I do, because for about 20 years now I've been restoring instruments. You know, people bring to. I've worked in a couple of shops. I've restored a couple of instruments. You know, which I thoroughly enjoy. And when fretboards have had frets taken in and out over the years, the holes do open up a bit. So never be afraid of using a bit of super glue. Just a spot, you know. Don't get silly with it, and try not to get any glue on your fingers, because if you do, you'll just end up putting it all over the fretboard and everywhere, so you'll end up ruining it. But certainly don't be afraid to super glue a loose fret.